Hey Ramit, you are presenter now. Please
Yep,
check
I have
connection.
just shared my
Okay,
screen.
seems good.
I think so class will just start in next 2 3 minutes. I guess people are still joining in, so let's just wait for them. Yeah, hi class. Very good evening to all of you. So shall we start? I think we have most of the participants over here now. Okay, so actually I just we had a session, I guess, almost like 2 weeks back. So what did we do in the last session? Can anyone just help me recollect? Hello? Hello. Yep. So I think Nitin, you were trying to say something, but there was a lot of disturbance. I guess you are logged in from. Are you logged in from two systems? That was the reason. I guess there was a lot of this disturbance that happened. Okay. So I think in the last session, what we were doing, so we created I guess, this the dashboard in the last session, right? Yep. So what all features did we do? Can you just okay, we brought that was the three sheets together. I guess I would have saved that file, but why should I not? Why do I not see it over here? Did anyone save the file that we did last time? If you can just share that link with me, it will just help me around. If you can share that Tableau public link with me. Yep. Can you share that link? Did we do something like the parameters and something related to the bins in the last session? No. Okay. So I think we were mostly working onto the parts of, I guess, more or less dashboarding, creating certain different type of charts. I think we created the maps and all, correct? Yeah, so we did the filter section, right? How do we apply the filters and how we make those filters work on the different sheets? The drop-down filters and multi-select filters. I hope I am right. Okay. See, not a problem. So today the thing that we will be starting is that will be again something more or less new. I mean, right? So what we will be doing is all of you please come to your this data sets under that folder. You will find one data set over there in the Tableau. That is the data set that is related to the bank, UK bank customers. Can you please download that data set? Do you have this over? Yeah. So here you will find the data set UK bank customers. Please download this. Yeah, I'll just share the link. Just give me a moment. Why is it not going? Thanks, Gaurav, for sharing this. So I'm not allowed, I guess. I'm not able to send it to anyone. Okay. See, now you know this data file that you all would have downloaded. So let me also just open that up. Okay, this data is related to the banking customers. Okay, so you will see we have some customer IDs of the bank. Just all of you please open. All of you please open the file and just take a glance at this data once. Okay, take a quick good glance at this data. Right, so data that we have over here is it is related to the customers, right? Like what is the customer ID, name, surname, gender, age of the customer, from which region does he belong, job classification, and the balance in his account. Okay, Mohsin, I think you're on unmute. Can you just please mute yourself?
So I just wanted to ask you this, that is there a way that means I don't have to save it, resave it again and again to Excel, like means because it doesn't read CSV. So is there a way to do anything in public?
It reads CSV. It reads.
Tried, but it not happen actually.
Okay, so you will select that text in CSV. You will be able to do it. You do not need to convert that file into Excel and all. Okay, so have you all uploaded this data in your Tableau? Yes, class, do you all have the data in the Tableau environment now? Okay. See, now what we will do is, first of all, let us try to understand like what this data is all about, and then what are the various analysis that we will be doing on this. Okay, so we have information related to the customers, right? Like gender, age, region, and all. Now, what are the different analysis, right? So first of all, let us try to understand the nature of the data. Now, this data is a data related to the customers. Okay, like what type or what kind of customer does this UK bank has? Okay, so we would like to see that. Okay, we would like to do a quick analysis on this so that we can understand the customer segmentation with the bank, right? If the bank will able to understand his its customers, it will be really easy for the bank to understand what kind of changes or what kind of different promotions they need to run and what kind of customers they need to target. Correct, this is what they will be, this is what will help them out. So let us start doing that analysis over here. So first of all, let me just hear from you guys. What are the different analysis that you think you will be able to do on this? What kind of analysis you can do on this data? So you have to think from the dashboard perspective, from the bank perspective, that any analysis that you do, it should be useful and helpful for that bank. Yep. Anyone? Okay, so Jatin says we can do based on balance. Okay, so we can do a balance analysis like how many people do they have who are having, say suppose low balance or high balance or median type of a balance, right? This is something that we can understand. Similarly, like Mohsin, you have mentioned, we can do an analysis on the basis of the age, right? So when I say age means as in do the bank have young customers or the senior customers, correct? So this can be done, young customers or the old customers. Similarly, what we can do is we can do something on the basis of gender, whether the bank has more number of males or females, correct? Gender analysis can be done, male versus female. Then what you have is you can have a data on the base analysis on the basis of job classification, that what kind of job do most of his customer do? Are the people doing white collar jobs or blue collar or other type of jobs? Correct. Similarly, we can say like from which location do they have the highest number of customers? From which region do they have majority of the customers? Whether they have more customers from England, Northern Ireland, or from Scotland or Wales. So there are lots and lots of variety of analysis that can be done over here. So let us start with this. Now, this will be a very important section because you will be learning a lot of new things in this activity. So it will not just be analysis, but there will be a lot of features in the Tableau that you all will be learning today. So first of all, I'll start with my first analysis. That would be a region analysis. I would like to see like from which region do I have the maximum or majority number of customers. Okay, so all of you please tell me what type of chart should I create over here. What type of chart should I create? Should I create a pie chart, bar chart? Okay, Vishay says a map. Okay, so can I create a map over here? Will I be able to create a map? Why so?
I guess we'll be needing the longitudes and latitudes for that.
Right. So, but we know that, when we have some geographical data, so Tableau automatically generates its latitudes and longitudes, correct? But now if you will, and if you see, we have some geographical data over here. If you take a look, we have these are geographical data only. England, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, these are some geographies. But the problem is Tableau is not reading this data as geographical right now. You see, the data type of this column is text. But for Tableau to create the maps, the data type of the variable should be a globe. Okay, it should be a globe. Now, these kind of challenges can always happen, that you might have some geographical data, but Tableau will fail to recognize that. So in that case, what we do is we actually assign the geographical roles by ourselves. So how do we do it? Let us see it. I know that this is a geographical data, correct? I know that England is a location. I know Wales is a location, but still this Tableau has failed to recognize that. So what I will do is I will click over here, on this data type. You will find an option of geographical role. See, you do not have data type of geography as such. You have to assign a geographical role. Now, what is this? Is this a data related to the airports, or is it a data related to the country, zip code, or what? Now, these are basically the state and province of UK. So I will choose state and province. Right away, when you choose state and province, you will notice that a globe symbol comes in. Now, this column has been converted into the geographical role. Okay, if I convert it into text, I just want to show you something. I'm just converting it into the string again. Okay, I'm just assigning it one more time. The reason is this. Just come on to the sheet one. Just all of you, please click on sheet one. On this sheet one, you will see you do not have any latitudes and longitudes right now. Right? You do not have any latitudes and longitudes because this column is text. and you can assign the geographical role from here also. Right click on this, geographical role, state and province. See, the moment I converted it into a geographical role, you can see lat and long have been automatically generated by the Tableau. So now if you will see, if you will try to create a map, you should be able to do so, because now the data is in the form of geographical nature and you have the latitudes and longitudes as well. So how do we create a map? You simply drag and drop the region over here in the middle.
Sir, can you do it again, please? Right click on region and what have been done after that?
Right click on the region, click on geographical role and choose state and province. Done. Now you have to simply drag region in the center pane over here to create a map. But now if you see, the map has been created, but I cannot see any location over here. So that means there is something wrong. But you see a small message for unknown, and it is saying that there are 4 values that have unknown geographical values. That means the Tableau is not able to figure out those locations. So that is why it is giving you a message over here. Let us click on this. Now you get 3 options: edit the location, filter the data, or show data at default position. Okay, so now what will happen is, if you will click on filter data, what this will do is this will assume that the location that is not visible or that Tableau is not able to find, it needs to filter that data out. It needs to exclude that data. But in my case, what is happening is all my data will get excluded because I haven't got any location on this map. Second thing is show data at default position. That means you are saying let the chart the way it is. You do not want to make any change to it. Okay, show the special values at default position on the axis. But you have the most important option, edit the location. So you can correct the unknown location as well. If you will click on this, you can see there are 4 locations. All of them are unrecognized. Can you figure out from here like what is the issue, that why Tableau is not able to recognize them?
Country, region, maybe by default it might be saved something else.
Nope. So the
Like,
answer is right there on your screen. You see,
that's what I meant. Just it's showing United States for you. It was showing India for me, so that's why maybe.
right? But where are these locations? Where do these locations fall
In Europe, England,
in? UK, United
UK,
Kingdom, right?
UK, United
Correct.
Kingdom.
So Tableau is trying to find these locations in US, but they are in UK. So I will choose the correct country and region of them. So if you write United Kingdom, you see you select the select country. Now it is able to match the locations. Now if you will click OK, you should be able to see all the 4 locations. Okay, so now all of you please just understand this. Many a times it can happen that suppose you had some data of region, okay, and the region was, say, suppose Delhi, Bangalore, right? So Punjab, Gujarat, and I had some sales with me over here, 100 rupees, 200, 300, 400. Okay, this is the sale that I have. So yeah, Vishay, so I'll just repeat the step what I have done. What you have to do is over here, when you click on 4 unknown, click on edit locations. You have to change the country, right? In your case, it could be India also. In some cases, it shows India, some cases it shows United States. But all these locations are because they are in United Kingdom. So I will use this over here, United Kingdom. Okay, so that way it will be able to recognize that. Now I can see all the 4 locations. But before I move ahead, I just want to show you something. See, now I have some data over here with me. I have some names of region and the sales value. Like this is the sales that have happened. Let me save this. And I'm saving this on my desktop. I'll just load this data. So you all don't need to do it. You can just watch it once so that you can all understand it. Okay. So now what I will do is let me convert this place. So I have some regions over here. Delhi, Bangalore, Punjab. Let me just change it, assign it a role. These are some states and all. Okay. Now I'll add a new sheet. Let me plot this. I have region over here. Again, I'm getting 4 unknown. Just click on this, edit the location. These are all in India. Okay. Now, if you see, 3 locations are correctly rectified: Gujarat, Delhi, Punjab. But how many locations did I had? I had 4 locations. Still, my Tableau is not able to identify one of the location. Why so? Because as you see, the spelling mistake was there, right? Bangalore. So there is a spelling mistake. So now, because there was a spelling mistake, so now Tableau is not able to identify this location. So if I'll go back to my Tableau, it is still showing me 1 unknown, and I will edit the locations. So that location is coming up over here as unrecognized. So in that case, you also might have to manually go and put that location. You will click on this, you will find for Bangalore, you will check. Oops. Do you not have this Bengaluru in this? Because actually I have taken his app as the state and province. That is why it is not able to locate it. So Bengaluru is basically in Karnataka, right? Because I have actually given the name of states and I have assigned it as a state. I should have actually used the must have used another location. So in the states, I'm just putting up a city over here. So now the Bangalore, its state is Karnataka. So I will say this is Karnataka. Okay. Now what this will do is it will assign it where the Karnataka comes. You can see over here, it has plotted on the Karnataka, but the name is still coming as Bangalore. And you can see a proper map of India being visible over here on this map. So if by any chance there are, some spelling mistakes in your name of the state, cities or countries, in that case also Tableau will not be able to mark the locations. It will give you an error in that case. And sometimes what happen is there can be a city name which could be present in multiple states, right? So suppose Bangalore is in Karnataka also, and Bangalore is in some another country also. And if you have data of multiple countries, so and Bangalore is coming at multiple places, so Tableau will not be able to locate it. You will have to again manually go and select it, that which Bangalore are you talking about. Okay, if there are 2 cities with the same name, over there also you can get an error. Or maybe if there is a spelling mistake, again you can get an error. I hope I'm making sense to all of you. Okay. Now this was just for a demonstration. I'll just delete this. I'm just deleting this connection. Okay, so we are back on sheet one. So I can see all the 4 locations on this chart. Now I want to see how many customers do I have from each location. How can I find that? Because ultimately I would like to see that how many customers do I have from Northern Ireland, how many do I have from Wales, and likewise. So how can we do it? Can I use customer ID? If I say count of customer ID, count of customer ID from here, count of customer ID from here, likewise from all the 4 locations, can I do that? If I say count the customer IDs, right? So I will use customer ID column over here. So what I will do is I will pick up my customer ID and put it onto the label. And I will change this to count. Right click and click the measure calculation as count. So I can see how many customers are there from each location. This class done. Okay. Now, if you want, you can also keep the same field on the color also. Okay. If you will press control, see, press control, just watch for a minute, just press control and you have to select this field and put it onto the color. It will take a duplicate. See, it has put up the same field on the label also and on the color also. So I can see the color effect as well, and I can see the count also on the same chart. Darker the blue, higher the count, lighter the blue, lighter the count. Because if you will not press control, if say suppose you do not press control, in that case this field will move to color. It will be removed from the text. But if you press control, it takes the duplicate of that.
So can you just once show from the first time you assigned customer ID, because I'm getting just numbers and numbers in mind.
See, you will bring the customer ID. See, what is customer? Customer ID is a dimension or it's a measure?
Measure.
Dimension.
Numbers.
See, anything that you have above the
Sorry.
line, yeah, that is something that is treated as a dimension. Although you can notice that the customer ID has numbers, you might think that it should be a measure, but Tableau is smart enough because we will never say what is the sum of customer ID, or I will never say what is the count, what is the average of customer ID or maximum of customer ID. I will never use this field for any mathematical calculation. So this field is as good as a dimension only, right? A category only.
Yes.
So that is why it is coming under dimensions. So you just need to drag it on the label. So by default, what it does is it is right now not showing me, and maybe in your case it will just be showing you the number, that this big number, that this is the first ID that it sees. Okay, so just right click on this, right click on the customer ID and change this calculation to count. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now you have to just press control and drag this same field on the color as well. So now once this chart is done, just put down a good title at the top of it. You can put up a title at the top. So maybe I can call it as geographical analysis. I'll make it center aligned, make it little bold. So here I am. So I just put up a title on this geographical analysis. Now all of you please add a new chart, new sheet into this. Now over here, what we will be doing is, we will be doing a gender analysis. Okay, so class, which chart should I be creating over here? If I have to do a gender analysis, male versus female, what chart do you think would be the best in this case? Do you think if I create a pie chart, that will help? If I make a pie chart, yes, someone we can create a bar chart also, but I think we will prefer creating a bar, the pie chart. So all of you please create that, a pie chart. So how do we create it? I have a gender. I want to see how many male and how many female do I have. Can I bring the same customer ID again? I will have to change it into the count. So now if you see, a bar chart is created, but what is my requirement? I want to change it into pie chart. So I will click on show me and I will make it a pie chart. If you think this pie chart is looking very small on your screen, over here click on this standard, where it's written standard, make it entire view. So this will come in the center of your screen. Now once you have this, I hope you all are able to create it. Once the chart is ready, please put the count on the, I want to see the count on the labels. Please make that change. I would like to see the count of male and female on the label. Although see, I have a label, or I have a legend over here where I can see blue means female, orange means male. What I would like to see is, I would like to see gender on the label. I can see male and female over here. And same way, I would also like to see the count on the label. Okay, what I would like to do is, I would like to see the count also on the label. You all just create this, just give me 1 minute, right? Just you all create this and just give me a minute. Okay, I hope you all have made it. So the advantage of taking the online session is I can teach you and parallelly I can create a, prepare a tea for myself as well, right? So I'm just doing both the things simultaneously. So what I would like to do now is, if you see these numbers that I have put up over here, okay, don't you think it would be much better if I can show this number in the form of a percentage, right? Because this is a pie chart, and on pie chart we have seen that we should always try to show numbers in the form of a percentage. So how do I calculate the numbers in the percentage? So if I ask you guys that, okay, I want to see the percentage of male. So how will I calculate that? Which class? So if I have to calculate the percentage of male, male divided by the total customers, will that give me the answer? If I divide 2167 divided by the 2167 plus 1849, will that give me the result? Okay, so now, in order to achieve that, we have a very interesting feature in the Tableau that is called as table calculations. Okay, so you will not have to create any calculated field over here. In fact, Tableau will give you a functionality where you will be able to do that right away on your screen. Okay, so that the feature is called as the table calculation. So I'm writing inside this only table calculations. Now, table calculations means these are some of your runtime calculations. So how do we do that? It's very simple. So I have to convert these numbers on the label into the percentage, right? I have to convert these numbers on the labels on the percentage. So if you will now see over here, we have this, we have these numbers on the angle, on the this size, and this T means this is that field which is representing this number over here as a label. Okay, so you just have to right click on this. You will find a quick table calculation option. Now these are some quick calculations that you can do. So can you check which calculation do I need to use from here? Which calculation do I need to use from here? Right, percent of total, like what, that every number will be calculated based on that number divided by total, number divided by total. So if you click this, and you will notice the number is changed into the percentage over here. Okay, please do this. Yeah, sure, Mousy. So what you need to do is, do you have these numbers on the labels right now? Do you have this chart, Vishay and Mohsin? Do you have this chart with you? Okay. See, if you see this number that you see, the count of male and count of female, it is actually being used at three places. It is used at angle. See, because pie chart has an angle, right? So that is why this is something that is called as angle over here. This is size, right? This area on this is size. And this T means label. So this count is coming on the label. So just right click on this, quick table calculation, and here is your option. Okay, so I have got these numbers in the form of percentage now. Mohsin, are you able to achieve it? Okay. Now, in case if you feel you would like to change the percentage, right? Sorry, the decimals. Up to right now, the decimals are coming up till third place. If you right click on this and you say format, okay, right click on this count and click format. This new window pane will open up. From here, click on numbers, click percentage, and you will be able to change the decimal places. So this is how you build your pie chart and do the table calculations. Are we all sorted on this? Anyone, any doubts or any questions up till here? Okay. So let's move ahead now with this. Now we will add a third chart. You see, every chart is teaching you something new concept of the Tableau. So that is why I said this is very important. The third analysis that we will do over here is we will be doing a age analysis. Now this is something, again, this is little, you please pay attention over here. This is different kind of stuff that we'll be doing. So what do you mean by age analysis, right? Age analysis means that I would like to see how many people are of 15 years, how many people are of 20 years, how many people does the bank have who are of 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. That is what I want to see. Can you all create that chart so that I could see that for a particular age, how many customers are there in the bank? So you have to show me like how many people are there of 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, 18 years. That is the chart that you all have to create. Okay, so Vishay, you're saying drag the age to the column bar and make histogram. So you have done this and you have done something like this over here and this histogram. Okay. See, you have actually reached to the last goal. Okay, but we will be building something a little bit different over here. So this is what we will be doing. So let me show you. I mean, ultimately we will be creating this type of a chart only, but in a way that is more understandable. Okay, because right now you have done all the steps, but this is not I mean, following that the order that we should have done. Now, see, first thing is, if you will all drag the column of age, it will give you the sum over here. Why so? Because age is a measure, right? We have learned that when you drag any of the measure, what Tableau does is Tableau does an aggregation on that. Either it will give you a sum, count, minimum, maximum, or average. This is what happens, correct? But what I want is that I want to see that if I go back to my data, I want to see that how many people are there who are of 21 years. Let me apply a filter. Let me select 21 from here. So there are almost like 27 people who are of 21 years. So in my data, I have 21 people who are of 27 people who are of 21 years. Okay. So how will I do it? If suppose I convert this age into a category, if I treat 21 not as a number, but if I treat it as a category, will I be able to achieve my object? Right? Will I be able to achieve my objective? If I say 21 is not a number, but I want to treat it as a category. Okay. So how will I do it? I need to simply convert this column into a dimension. That's it. I will say convert it into a dimension. Treat this column as a category and not as a numeric field. Now, if you will bring this, you will be able to see all the numbers coming over here: 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. And if I scroll it to the last, so the oldest customer that the bank has is he's of 64 years. Now I want to see how many people are of 15 years, how many people are of 17 years. Can I achieve that? I need to simply bring the customer ID again. I will bring the customer ID and I will change it into count. We will change it into count. I want to count the number of customers. And there we are. So what is this chart telling us? What analysis do I get from this chart? So if you see this, I can see the highest number of people are in this age group, right? We have the highest number of customer in this age group. That means bank has majority of the customer base who are in the age group of 30 to 40. But when it comes to old people, the number of people are decreasing. And so is the case with young customers as well. I will say very young. The who are people who are like around 20, 21. So those people are very less who are the customers of the bank. So definitely bank needs to do something so that they can attract more old people also and young people also. The bank is not at all attractive or is good with dealing with the young people or the very old people. I hope I am able to answer. Are you all are also able to find the same analysis?
Sir, I'm not getting this.
Still here.
Sir,
Trying to say something. Sorry, Mohsin, my speakers were on this mute. Yeah.
it's okay, sir. Sir, मेरा मतलब इतना like you are getting a very descripted, right? मतलब 17. I'm not getting like this, so that's what I want to ask.
I mean, what is coming in your case?
So I'm getting a range of like 15, 20, 20, 25 like that. I'm not getting this. इतना distincted नहीं है sir मेरा. So that's what I wanted to ask. Like, how what to change?
See, the things are basically dependent upon the screen resolution. If the space is less, just try to make it entire screen, entire view, right? So that way, it will take the entire space, and you will see more numbers are coming now.
No, sir. My baskets remain the same. You're getting a smaller one, right? Like 17 to 19, 19 to 21. I'm getting like 15 to 20, 20 to 25. That's what I'm saying.
Can you share your
Rows.
screen?
Just a second, sir. If you assign me. So can you see?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. See, actually, the problem is you have actually selected that histogram. You are still on that histogram chart. So that is why you are not getting that.
So actually, I tried to change it from here, but still not. That's what I was asking.
First of all, you'll have to just remove that bins from the top. You see, there is a column section. Columns.
Yes, sir.
Remove this.
Done.
Now, first of all, how your title has moved up. Were you trying something? Click on that title. Where is written title? जहाँ पे title लिखा है ना, just click on that, and drag it down. अब इसको नीचे ले आओ इसके शीट के ऊपर. वो लेफ्ट में चला गया, उसको लेफ्ट से इसके just bring it below that rows. थोड़ा ध्यान से धीरे-धीरे लाना ताकि आप उसको कंट्रोल करके ऊपर से नहीं, ऊपर से लाओ ना उसको, ऊपर से ही ऊपर की तरफ से नीचे लेके आओ. हाँ, नीचे एक.
So I will do it later on. मतलब वो is that so important?
So sheet आपका थोड़ा symmetric हो जाएगा ना, otherwise you will get just you will feel confused here and there.
No, I'll move. I just what should I be doing in this? That's I will do it later on.
So just remove that from filters.
Done.
So now put the age, column of age into the columns. Now bring the count of that people into the rows, count of customer ID.
अब नहीं हो रहा है. I have to control and
Wait. Can you give me controls so that I can just do it on your screen?
I don't know.
No, just click on my name and say, give the controls. You will get some options like that. Do one thing, see, just wait. So now click on that cross sign. Press on that control sign, or maybe do one thing, just press Control Alt Shift Backspace. Okay, press Alt Shift Backspace. Right now, bring the column of age. Pick the column of age into columns. Now bring the count of customer ID into rows. Add all members. Change the count to count.
Thank you, sir.
Just make me the presenter, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now class, what we have done is we have made a chart over here where we can see that how many people do we have or how many people do I have of different age. But definitely, you know, this chart right now is very kind of verbose, right? We are having each bar for each age, and it doesn't make so much of sense to me. So what we should be rather doing is, don't you think if I convert this chart in the form that how many people do I have between the age of 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, if I create some bins on this and then I see my analysis, don't you think it will be much more fruitful and much easier for me to see it, right? So instead of seeing every age, I will rather make some buckets over here, or rather I will call it as bug bins, that how many people do I have between 15 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30. That is what I would like to do on this. So for that, what we do is we create bins on the chart. So we will just see a bins in just after the break, right? So we can all just have a breather, and we'll start at 6:15. Okay, so we'll take a quick 10 minutes of a break over here, and then we'll start ahead. Hello, yeah, hi class. Shall we start? Okay, so now over here, the next thing that like we were discussing, what I would like to do is, I would like to show this not as an independent edge, but I would like to create some bends on this. So how do we create the bends? Just right click on the edge, okay, right click on the edge, and you will find an option of create bends. So just click on create bends. Right, so now you see, when you create a bend, there will be a new field that will be created. Okay, there is a new field that is being created, and the name of that field is edge bends. Now you have to define your size over here. So Tableau is suggesting you 3.92, which is little weird. So what I can do is I will put 5 over here and I'll click OK. So you will find edge bin, a new field has been created. Okay. Now simply remove the edge and bring edge bin. And now you will see the chart is looking better. You have this is 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29. So this is how you will have to read this chart. 15, so it just gives you the starting point. So since the size of the bin is 5, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So all those 5 people are coming in this. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, up till 24, all are coming in this. So this is how we have converted a normal bar chart into the form of a histogram. You can increase the size of the bars so that they can be joined to each other, right? So it looks exactly like what you have a histogram with you. Okay, so I will repeat the steps what I have done. So we had age over here, right? So we had age over here. What I did was I right clicked on the age. I said create bins, and I have put up a size over here as 5. So once you click OK, a new field will be created, age bin. Simply replace that with the age. Yes, so bins. So like you would have created the histograms in your R and Python also. Like when you create your bin histogram with ggplot, right? You define the bin size over there. That what is the bin size that you want? Bin size equal to 5. Now that is the same thing. The bin size, I have defined the bin size of 5. It's like not jump. It is like the categories 15 to 19. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you have 5 numbers. So these 5 numbers are coming in this bar. Then 19, 20 to 24, they are coming in this bar. So this is what a histogram is, where you show a frequency count based on the bins. Right? I hope you all remember, right? The normal distribution curve that you create. How do you get it? You get it with the help of the histogram only. So what you do is, first of all, you create a histogram, and then on that, what you do is you create your curve on that. So if I will create this curve on this is how the curve will look like. So that is that normal distribution curve that we talk of. It actually comes from the histogram itself. Have you all done this? Are you all able to create it? Yes, class. Okay. Now, following the same technique, right? All the things that we have done over here, in the same fashion, now you all have to create a chart where I would like to see the balance analysis, right? Following the same technique that we all have done on the age, I would now like to create you, I will like that you all should create a chart for balance analysis now. So are you able to create it? Anyone who has done this? So we'll follow the same pattern. If you will bring the balance over here, it will give you the sum, right? So what I will do is first I will convert the balance into a dimension. Now there is a small catch over here, right? So balance is something that will have a wide variety. See, age we know it can be between 0 to 100. But balance is something that will be very vast, right? Someone can have $100, someone can have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, a million, 10 million. So that number can be very, very vast. And we can see the same thing over here as well. But nothing to worry, we will still follow our same pattern. Let us see how many customers do we have with such balances. I will change it into count. So there is one customer who has 11.52, one customer who has 21.03. So we can see all the customers are having unique balance. But what I will do on this is I will create my bin. I will say let us create our bins. Now see, because balance has a wide range, I will never say how many people have 0 to 5 rupees, 5 to 10 rupees, 10 to 15 rupees. Over here, I will be playing on the bigger numbers. I will saying how many people have the balance between 0 to 5,000, 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15,000. So I can do that and I will replace that bin. So here I get my chart. So this is 0 to, so let me make it entire view. So 0 to 5,000, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, likewise. I get the chart over here. You can keep a bin of 10,000 also. Whatever you feel is looking, best for your representation, you can choose that. Yes. I hope you all are able to create it. Please let me know if you have any troubles or any doubts over here. Okay, so seeing others. Okay, so Vishay, done. Thank you. So now I will be moving ahead with this. Now again, the next thing that we will be seeing. See, if you see up till now, we have seen how to correct our maps, how to use table calculation, how to create bins. And on this chart also, we have seen how we create bins only. But on this chart, I will be adding another very important functionality of the Tableau, and that is called as parameters. Right? So what are parameters? See, right now what has happened over here is somewhere the bin size is freezed. Okay, that the bin size is freezed to 5,000. But what if I want to give the end user, the person who will be using my functionality, where is he? Okay, I want that the user, right? Suppose I share this report with you. You should be able to choose the bin size, whether you want to have a bin size of 5,000 or 15,000, 6,000 or 7,000. You should be able to decide the bin size by yourself. Now that feature where the user will give the input is called as parameters. Okay. Now parameter has wide variety of uses. So for example, I create a chart. I want to show top 5 products, which are the top 5 products by sale. Now I want to give the feature to the user that he should be able to select that whether he wants to see top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20, he should be able to change that chart according to himself. Now that is something that is called as parameters. Are you all able to understand why do we need a parameter? Class. So a functional methodology parameter is a user defined input. So what we will be doing is parameters are called as the user defined inputs. So now in order to create the parameters, we follow 3 steps. One is create the parameter. Second, show the parameter. Third is assign the parameter. These are the 3 steps that we will have to follow. So create it, show it, assign it. That's it. Now let us see how do we create the parameter. So in order to create the parameter, just click on this little arrow. You will find an option of create parameter. So it is asking what is the name of the parameter. So I will say select balance bin. Okay, I'm calling it as balance bin. I'm saying the name of this parameter will be select balance bin. You can give any name to it, bin selector, balance bin selector, whatever you want. Okay, what do you have to do? I'll just repeat the steps again. You have to click on this little arrow, create parameter. This dialog box will come up. Give it a proper name, select balance bin. Now the next thing that it will ask from you is data type. Like what type of data do you want to allow the person to enter? Do you want him to allow integers, floating numbers, or text? Right? You will get all that options over here. He will be able to enter a date, boolean, string, integer, or float. So you can select what do you want him to. So if I talk of bin size, I know that a person will be entering bin size. So what will be the right data type for that? What do you think will be the correct data type? Right, Aman? So that will be integer. Okay. So he will be entering integer because he will always enter 2000, 3000, 4000. He will never say 2000, 2000.5, 2000.7, something like that. Now value when workbooks open. That means every time the person opens the workbook for the first time, what is the value that should be visible to him in that parameter? Okay, so that is current value. So this is current value 1. So just forget about for this one for now, just for a moment. Now the only thing that you have to see over here is that is the allowable values. There are 3 ways by which you can allow the person to enter the values. First is all. All means user can enter anything. He can enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to any number he wants. Okay, so I will keep it as all and click OK. Okay, so please all of you let me know if you are all on the same page. Then I'll click on OK over here. Give it a name. Choose the correct data type. And you do not have to change anything over here. And make it all. Okay. Now click OK. And you will see a parameter is created. So my first step is done. That was to create the parameter. Second step is show the parameter. Parameter means now this is the chart. Where will he put that value? So you will just right click on this and you will say show parameter. Now the parameter is visible over here. See, I can enter anything. I can put 2000. I can put 10,000. I can put 15,000. I can put any number in this. Now this will be visible to user also, and he will be able to enter any value in this. Do you all see this? Next class, please let me know if anyone is struggling anywhere. Okay. So, but now if you see, the chart is not changing. If I'm changing the value, my chart is not changing, right? Why is it not changing? Why the value is not, why the chart is not changing? Because my third step is still pending. Assign the parameter. See, I have created a functionality where he can enter the number. Okay, he can enter the number. But once he enters that number, where shall he assign it? Where he should be assigning that data? That is something that we have to make sure. So I hope, like, you know, if you might would have used did you use input function in the Python? Did anyone did you use that input function in the Python that you have? Right. So what happens over there when you use input function in that? How do you use it? So I don't have that anaconda opened up. I'm just trying to, you know, trying to help you out so that you can just relate all these things, because these things are very similar in the data science. All the softwares are somehow similar to each other. Okay, so if I write this simple command, input, please enter the number. It is asking me for the number. I say 20. Will I be able to use this 20 anymore? Anywhere? Will I be able to use it? I have taken the input, but I have not assigned it anywhere, right? So what do we do is we assign it to a variable. I will say n equal to this. Okay, now if I run it, if I say 20, now value n has stored that value. So it will show me 20 everywhere. Okay, because I have done its assignment. Now same is the thing that is happening over here in the Tableau as well. You are giving the input, but where is it getting assigned? Where do I have to assign this? Now tell me, where do I have to assign this value? To balance bin, right, Samir? So it should be rather balance bin, because if you see in the balance bin, if you edit this, you have given the value 5,000 over here. Technically, whatever value you are putting over here, if I put 10,000, if this value will go inside this balance bin, only then the chart will change, right? Only then the chart will change. Right now it is 5,000, but over here it is 10,000, but this value is not getting assigned over here. So how do I assign it? Now this is also something like a variable only. If you will click on the drop down, you will see that parameter coming. Take the value from this, select balance bin parameter, and your job is done. You change the value, the chart will change. You change the value, the chart will change. Okay. Class, is this clear to all of you? Any questions on up till here? So Samir, you just have to click on that balance bin, the field that was created. जो आपका एक field बना था balance bin का नया वाला जो आपने यहाँ पे रखा हुआ है. Just do a right click on that, click on edit, and drop down आएगा आपके पास यहाँ पे जहाँ पे आपने पहले 5000 डाला हुआ था वहाँ पे drop down है आपके पास. Just click on that, select balance bin. You will see the name of your parameter over there. Okay. So now what I will do is I will edit my parameter. Let's edit the parameter also. What I did in that case was I chose the option of all. You can have an option of list also. In the list, I am defining that a user can only select either 5000 or 7000 or 10,000. I am giving him these three options that he can only select from these three values, nothing else. So if I click on OK, now in this parameter, I will be only be able to put 5000, 7000 or 10,000. Okay, if I will try to enter 20,000, see if I'll try to enter 20,000, it will not take it. Getting it? If I'm putting 12,000, not take it. I put 2,000, doesn't take it. So this was list, right? Right click on that parameter, edit this and choose the option of list and give your values manually. What values do you want the user should be able to enter? Now the question could be that, okay, how will the user get to know that what values he can enter? So nothing to worry. You can change the design also. Click on this arrow. You can make it single value list. See, so he will have that list with him. You can make it look like a slider. You will be just sliding over here and he will be able to change the values. And then you have one option that is type in. Type in is you have to type the value that we were getting by default. Okay, class, clear to all? Now, similarly, we had one more option in that. That was the last option. That is, if you click on edit, you have an option of range. So range is you are giving a range that a person can put the value between 5,000 to 20,000. You have given a range over here. Okay, he will not be able to enter a value less than this and more than 20,000. And you can define a step size. Say, suppose I give a step size of 1,000. What is step size? Step size means the values will be 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 up till 20. If you give a step size of 2,000, that would mean 5,000, 7,000, 9,000, 11,000. So the values will jump by 2,000. Okay, so if I click OK, so now I will change its style to slider. See, I can enter the values 5,000, 11,000, 13,000, 15,000, 17,000, 19, 20, right? So this is the list that I have. This is the values that I can put. Okay, anyone who is not able to understand it, please ask your questions. Now, with these parameters, you can also make your titles dynamic. If you double click on this balance analysis, the title, you define, say, suppose bin size, so that a person should able to know what bin size he has selected. I am saying bin size equal to, you will click on insert and you will find the parameter name over here. Parameter is select balance bin. If you will insert that, what will happen is whatever is the value you will select from here, the value will be reflected in the title also. So mostly in this, you have to just edit this, select the option of range, put on the minimum value, maximum value, and step size. You just have to check this, and step size, put it as 2000. In the list option, you don't have that jump option. In the list, everything is freeze. Whatever value you will put, only that value will come up. That option is only in the range. Okay. So shall I move ahead? I hope you all are able to grab it. So this is just a small task that I'm giving you all. Try to create one more parameter for age analysis also. Try to, make a parameter for this as well, so that this chart can also be controlled with the parameter. If I select a bin size of 5, 7, 10, I should be able to change my chart. Okay, now this is a task that you all will be doing by yourself. Now what I will be doing is, I will be creating the last chart of this activity, that is the job classification analysis. So this will be a simple chart. I would be making a tree map. So what is a tree map? I will be bringing the column of the job classification. I want to see how many people are doing what type of job. So I will again bring the customer ID. See, now what I will be doing is, I will now not be using the column of customer ID. Rather, I will be using a very simple field over here, and that is this. See, there is one field that you will see, you all would be having count. Now this is the generic field that you always get in your data, count. If I simply bring the count, it will also give me the count. How many blue collar do I have? How many others do I have? And how many white collars do I have? So I just brought this field of count over here. That can also give me that result on this. I could have either used count of customer ID, or I am using this count right itself, which gives me the same result. Okay. Now this is a bar chart, but what we wanted to create was a tree map. If you will come over here, this is where you will find a tree map. Just click on this, the chart gets converted into a tree map. So it doesn't look like something like a tree. It is just that bigger the size of the block, higher the count, smaller the size, lighter the count. And you can have the same thing from the color also. Darker the blue, bigger the count, lighter the blue, smaller the count. Got it, everyone? Do you all have the 5 charts with you? Okay. So now, what we will be doing is we will be creating a dashboard over here. Now we have all the charts. Now what I will do is I will add a dashboard by clicking on this icon. Right? So now we have 5 interesting charts to take care of. Okay. So first of all, what I will do is this space is very less for my 5 charts. I will increase my width. Let us increase the width. Let us make it around 1050. That looks okay to me now. So I've increased my width of this chart. Please do that. Now what we will be doing is we will be first bringing the sheet 1. That is the map. So I can see the interesting map over here right now. Very much. Now what we will do is we will bring the second sheet. I will keep the second sheet at the bottom, right? So you have to just hover over here. Wherever you see the gray area, there the chart will fall. I will keep it at the bottom. Okay. Now I will bring the third sheet. I can hover it. So whatever you feel is the best location. Right now it is about creativity also. You have to make sure that the report should look beautiful. It should not happen that we are just dropping the charts over here and the person is not able to understand them. So this is the gender analysis, this is the age analysis, and this is the geographical analysis. Okay. Now if you see over here on this chart, you will realize that we need some if you see some information over here which is not required. See on this chart it is already written this is male and this is female. Do you think someone will take a look at this? He will say that okay, let me see what is the legend telling me, because I already have that male and female written over here. Okay, now if you see over here, what has happened is I will remove this, right? I do not need this. So I'll click on this. I'll click on close. Now this is gone. Do I need this count of customer? Because, it is obvious over here. I have the numbers on this chart also. And it is telling me higher the number, darker the blue, lighter the shade, lower the number. I can remove these legends, which I do not think is giving me any additional information. That will actually help me in giving more space on this chart. Now what I will do is I will bring my next chart, which is the balance analysis, that I am placing it over here. One chart, two chart, three chart, four chart. Still there is one chart left. And this is the parameter of this chart, right? Because this chart had a parameter. So this parameter is coming over here on this, right? So I will change the parameter, the chart will change. Still, I feel the space is little less. Let me do one thing. Let me increase the width a little more. Okay, I'm just increasing the width so that I have more space, so that the charts can be neatly and clearly visible to the end user. It should not happen that he is seeing a cluttered view. I'll bring the fifth sheet and probably I will place it in the last over here. This is where I have placed the third chart. Now, once the charts are placed, you can also resize them, right? If you think this chart is coming too big, click over here. You can increase that area, right? You think still it is a lot of space for this chart, do it like this. Same way, click over here. You can increase the area a little bit over here as well. So that is how you can change the chart. This is not required. I will remove this. This class, are you all able to create a similar view, or do you have something different? I mean, if you think you can place the charts in a different way, but they are properly visible, that is also fine. It is not that, there is only one way that I'm telling you that is the only way by which the charts can be placed. So you have to make sure that it looks fancy and professional as well at the same time. You see this chart over here, there is a lot of white space that is coming. So click on this chart. At the top, you see standard, make it entire view. So the chart will not give you any white space. It gets properly aligned in that area. Aman, which step? This entire view, this chart that I've changed into entire view. Just select the chart, click on the chart so the chart gets activated. At the top, you would be getting standard written over here. Click on the drop down, choose the option of entire view. Now what you can do is, this space over here, this is white coming over here. Because if you see right now, this is because there is one parameter and it is putting all the space below that coming as white. So what you can do is just click on this parameter on this little arrow. Okay, click on this little arrow of this parameter and make it floating. Okay, when you make it floating, what will happen is you will be able to move this anywhere you want. Now this is in a floating view that you can float it anywhere you want it, and just place it nearby to this chart where you have this balance chart over here so that the person knows that this parameter is working on this chart. Now you can change the values and the chart will keep on changing. Okay. And now last some final touches to this report so that it looks really, a kind of professional and everything. You can put some borders, select the chart, click on layout. Over here, you will find the option of border. You can apply borders around the charts. So you will have to apply the borders one by one. Select the chart, apply the border. Select the chart, apply the border. Select the chart, apply the border. So you will have to do it one by one. You will not be able to apply the borders in one go. So I have my borders applied. You click on dashboard again. You will find the sheet names coming over here and the same view. So layout is for applying some backgrounds and background color, border and background colors. And dashboard is where you see all the sheets and all. Now what I will do is I will give some background color to the report. Okay, so click on the format at the top, click on the format, click on dashboard. You can give some default background colors. See, whatever color you will select, that color will come in the background. So do you find this interesting, this final report? If you make it full screen, this is the option for full screen. So this is how the report will look like to the end customer. He can change the things from here and the chart will change. If you want to give some title at the top, click on show dashboard title. Let me call it as double click and let us call it as UK bank analysis. So I have put up a proper title for this chart. I will use some fancy font style because this is the header of my report. And there we are. Right, so this is a UK bank analysis. This has moved a little up, so I'll have to just move it a little down so it is properly aligned. And please save this file and just save the file so that you have it. And please, you can share your link if you want. You can share the link with me so that I can have a look at it and I can give my suggestions to you, like what is looking good or what can be made better onto that. If you want, you can share the link, save it and share that link with me. So I will review it. And one final thing, you can also put up a small logo of your bank. Say, suppose I go to Google. Okay, I'll just search something over here like UK bank logo, something, anything that I can get. So and so I'm getting some lot of UK banks. Okay, so what I can do is, which one looks good? This looks fancy. Let's download this. So I downloaded the image. Over here on the tableau, you have an image option. Just double click on this. Choose the image. Fit image, center image, apply and OK. I'll make it floating. Make it small in the size and keep it at the top. This is looking little off. Just increasing this size so that this logo can be properly fitted over here. So there you get your complete final report. Yep, class. So this is the final report that you can share with your client, and he can easily analyze on this, and he can, then make some decisions based on this. Okay. So with this, I will say you can all save the files on your Tableau public server. You all can share the links among each other, right? So that people can take a look at it. If anyone has created nice, you can share your thoughts, how it looks like. Just save it to Tableau public. Right, so I will save it by 21st November 2020. So it will be published on my server now. Okay, so here we have it. And I can share the link with you if you would like to see it. You can click on the link and you can see my report. So it is always a great idea if you all can create such reports and keep sharing these links on the LinkedIn, right? Keep sharing on these links on the LinkedIn. So that can give you a lot of, attention. So if the people will be looking out for some developers on the Tableau, they might reach out to you that, since they have seen your report, they can directly reach out to you and they can talk to you for that. Or maybe, if you're applying for the jobs, you can show them, okay, these are the reports that I have created. You can show your links to them directly so that they can get an idea what type of, the work you have done and what is your level of understanding and the representation of the report. Okay. So with that, let's sign off and we'll connect tomorrow, class. Thank you so much for today, for your patience. I hope you were able to gain some new knowledge. So see you tomorrow.